Warm greetings from the High 10. It is Everyday Shenanigans on this Friday, the 11th.
Turning our attention now to a major development in the death of 4-year-old Cash Gerrnon in Dallas.
Thanks for joining me.
Weeks after arresting a suspect, police have now charged that suspect with capital murder.
Chris Otteke with us this morning, live outside the Dallas County Jail, where that suspect is being held this morning.
Yes, Kara, the man suspected of taking the 4-year-old out of his bed and killing him has been here at the jail since last month on other charges, but now he is officially charged with capital murder. 18-year-old Darryinn Brown was initially charged with kidnapping and theft in the case. Police said there's a security camera video showing young Cash Gerrnon being taken out of his bed and carried out of the home. The next morning, on May 15th, he was found dead in the street. The medical examiner later confirmed his cause of death was injuries from multiple stab wounds. Brown was the suspected killer from the time of his arrest, but now officially charged with capital murder after they received evidence back from the crime lab yesterday, further connecting Brown to Gerrnon'S death. And it's not just Gerrnon'S case. After being arrested in May, police also added charges from a February case against Brown. In that case, he's accused of breaking into another home in the same neighborhood and allegedly tried to grab a man's granddaughter before hitting the man in the face. He was initially charged with burglary and injury to elderly in that case. Now, we're not sure completely yet the relationship between Brown and the woman who was caring for Cash, other than the victim in the February case did say that that woman who was taking care of Cash would often open up her home as a safe place to troubled youth. Kara, back to you.
Okay, that's the said information. Sorry, it jumped on while I was still talking. Thank you all for joining me in the High 10. I will read you the said information from WFAA.com pertaining to this information. Now, usually when I want to play something, nothing plays, but everything's jumping off today. Thank you all for joining me. That said information is basically recapping what transpired with Darryinn Brown's case, his arrest. Charged with burglary and kidnapping originally. They were awaiting evidence to come back. The evidence has been released now to the public, and Cash's blood has been found on said items belonging to Darryinn Brown. I will read you the said information. If you need verification for this storyline, ABC 8 is the source. WFAA.com. So any issues you have with the information, you can take it to Channel 8 News. Thank you. Documents. Cash Gerrnon'S blood found on murder suspect's hoodie, shoes, and sunglasses. Cash Gerrnon'S body was found in a puddle of blood in the street by a passerby on May 15th. Evidence linked Darryinn Brown to his death, police said. Dallas police have released new details from an arrest warrant that describe which pieces of evidence helped them link 18-year-old Darryinn Brown to the death of 4-year-old Cash Gerrnon and charged the suspect with murder. Gerrnon'S body was found in a puddle of blood with multiple stabbing wounds by a woman the morning of May 15th in the 7500 block of Saddle Ridge Drive. Brown was initially charged with kidnapping and theft. Let me repeat that. He was initially charged with kidnapping and theft in connection to the death of Gerrnon. On June 9th, the charge was officially upgraded to capital murder after evidence submitted to the lab was returned. So Queen need not ever have to repeat to anybody that Darryinn Brown's original charges were kidnapping and theft and or burglary, however you like to word it, before evidence came about the alleged kidnapping incident of a child in February. Thank you. According to an arrest warrant, investigators searched Brown's room after Gerrnon was found dead. They collected an Adidas zipper hoodie, a pair of shoes, and a pair of dark-colored sunglasses and sent the items to the lab. Police documents state that all 3 items tested positive for Gerrnon'S blood. The Dallas County Medical Examiner's Office said Gerrnon died from multiple stab wounds and ruled his death a homicide. Authorities said other evidence that links Brown to Gerrnon'S death includes surveillance video that allegedly shows him kidnapping the little boy while he was sleeping, police said. Last month, residents told WFAA they would see Brown walking in the neighborhood. Hard to believe. I don't think he was in his right mind, said neighbor Jose Ramirez. It's just so sad that someone woke up this morning and lost their child without a warning, said Katie William, a woman who lives nearby. Gillian, along with another woman, stopped by to bring flowers to the growing memorial where the boy's body was found. How do you throw away someone's body like he's nothing? He's someone's kid, Gillian said. WFAA also previously spoke with a woman off camera who police described as the boy's guardian. She said Gerrnon'S was a happy-go-lucky boy. The boy's guardian told WFAA she had no idea why Brown would do this and that they don't have a relationship. So here is the first verification spoken by Miss Monica Sherrod to WFAA that she and Darryinn Brown do not have a relationship. Whether that's true or not, I do not know. We have speculated it, some of us. So now this source, Channel 8, is bringing forth news that they spoke to her and she says they do not have a relationship, because in past articles, that issue keeps coming up in news broadcasts and articles. And as you see in this article I just played for you by the news, they mention it again, that they can't establish what type of relationship she has with Darryinn Brown. So we have to ask ourselves, why does that keep coming up in commentary? So now it's been verified again by WFAA, Channel 8 News. They can't verify a relationship. But she says to this source, they don't have a relationship. I'm going to give you my commentary, then I'll drop the link. Channel 8 ABC is the source for this information if you need to verify it and or take up any grievances with the said commentary. Once again, that same information keeps coming up in various news articles pertaining to the relationship of Miss Sherrod and Mr. Brown. We have to ask ourselves why. Why are sources printing this? One could say they're meddling. They're stirring up trouble. Or one could say somebody in the detective pool is curious and they're relaying that to these news sources. And or they're hearing hype rhetoric from different sources. People on the street are talking and they've been in the news's ear of a alleged relationship between Miss Sherrod and Mr. Brown. But nonetheless, the choir has sang. And I always said I will go with the evidence first. And they have spoken that blood belonging to the child has been found on his personal items, a hoodie, sunglasses, and shoes. So one would have to say, Darryinn Brown did this. He did this. Because why is blood of a child on his personal items found at his house? And why would there be blood on his items if indeed he didn't kill the kid? And in the end, that's what 12 members are going to hear. That's you on the camera. You've been identified as a person on the camera. We now have evidence linking you to the child because this child's blood is on your personal effects. So how would the blood then get on your personal effects? And that's what the 12 members are going to debate. Identification of Mr. Brown in the video, both times. Blood on his personal items coming back belonging to the child. So where's it going to fit in? A second party, third party being involved? Will they believe that if indeed it's true that others involved orchestrated this, told him to do it, he did it on his own, however it's going to work, it's how it looks. And that's why when you go into a court of law, you have to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that Pookie Ray Ray did this crime, and you have to bring forth evidence to show that. And that's what the state will bring in court, are the items belonging to Darryinn Brown and the test results linking Cash's blood on those said items. For those of us who did not want to believe Darryinn Brown harmed the child, killed the child, possibly sexual assault, whichsoever, do you all still feel the same now after getting the lab results back from the lab? That is the said commentary this evening. Thank you all for joining me. If you want to donate to the channel, $Big Angie 129 Cash App. All super chats are welcome during the live. God is good. Thank you all so much for supporting the Queen and following the Queen's content. But as I stated, if you have not followed this story, it will be hard for you to keep up at this point. And I cannot recap a three-week-old story. So, no disrespect to any of you coming in new, but I can't recap. Your best bet is to Google the said information and learn it for yourself. And that way you can verify it for yourself without it being repeated to you out of context. Thank you all for joining me. I've yet to hear back from Mr. Heath. Naturally, he's a busy man at this point since there is information. And right now, Mr. Heath is working on the discovery, which is this said information of a hoodie, sunglasses, and shoes. So he possibly won't have time for YT business. And out of respect, I can totally understand. Thank you all for joining me. I will drop the link. Thank the mods on board. Amen. Please respect the hostess, the mods in the chat. Oh, Lordy. Only when I go live. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Having problems with this cursor. I don't know what's going on. Just 11 minutes in. Thank you all so much. Thank you, mods, for joining me. I got to step out because I'm having issues right now. Oh, mercy. Hello, Tanya. Hello, Teresa. How are you all? Thank you so much. Hold on one second. I'll be right back. All righty. Thanks for waiting. Hope you are well. Please have a safe weekend. There's been a lot of rain and storming in parts of America this week, so please stay safe out there. This live is not going to go well for some reason. Thank you all. So the choir has sang the evidence is back. Have you all changed your mind? Those who did not think Darryinn Brown killed the child. There's now evidence pertaining to the child's blood on items belonging to Darryinn Brown. So now, what are you saying? Some of you, myself included. Darryinn did this. He killed this child. Why? Why did he do it? Why did he do this? Are others involved? Did he do this for this woman? Somebody, or it's all him? He's in video 1. He's in video 2. What you thought you saw in video 1 was Darryinn Brown. What you saw in video 2 was Darryinn Brown. There is no other cohorts, Mexican, Huncho, nobody. All Darryinn Brown. Hit the link. Please refrain from using cuss words on the panel. I'll be the only one getting hype. Thank you. $ Big Angie 129 Cash App. All donations are accepted. Amen. Thank you all. Please have a safe weekend. Drive safely. Yes, last night was a very interesting live. Thank you all who joined me. That was a great live. A lot of shade was thrown, but that's how the queen gets down. And obviously, that's how a lot of you get down. Amen. Yes, Rashida, I agree. I always said that in the beginning, no matter what you believe about the story, who's in the videos, make it make sense. Especially after seeing the MTV Cribs tour. It's a lot of shifting, moving around, banging a kid around to get him out of a house through a garage. It still just seems so, it's perplexing that this child would enter this house to take this child, murder this child. Where did he murder the child? Jesus, it's just, man, it's just hard to believe this. It's hard to believe it. Thank you, Junior Lee. Thank you. I'm having problems today. This live is not going to go the way I want. Oh, man, come on. Crystal, I'm trying, honey. This cursor won't work. You just have to come up. You'll have to talk to me because this isn't going to work. I probably won't be able to bring anybody up because I'm having problems with this thing. And I'm not going to keep going back in and out. Every time I go live, talk about these damn kids. Now, what is wrong with the phone? What? Dear God, you got to be kidding me. Oh, yeah, this is the devil showing up. He is on one right now. Thank you, Junior. Thank you so much.
Hello, Queen.
Hey, I just had to call you because I don't know, this cursor's acting up. I don't have time for this today.
Okay, no worries. No worries.
Okay. Go ahead. Speak.
So with the evidence linking, okay, all this, I still feel that, yeah, he did, he was involved, of course. I mean, from day one, I never said he wasn't involved in some type of way.
Yeah.
But I also feel that there's still other people involved.
Okay, so now that we have the evidence back, then we have to now go to motive because we can't throw out the blood. We can't just say these people made this up. They planted this because I'm not going to go with all that because I don't have time for all that conspiracy stuff. But anyway, the evidence is back. What was the motive for killing the child?
Yeah, I just don't see what his motive would be. I mean, I just don't see it.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't see him having a motive to do this by himself. I'll put it that way. But
so he killed the kid. So he killed the kid. So he killed the kid for what? That woman. That where we going with this? That where you going with this?
Yeah, it's something, or he did it for Cameron, or there's some type. I don't think that he did it for himself, for his own. I just don't believe it.
Mm-hmm. Well, now that says it was planned.
I honestly still think that there's other people involved in this.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's still too many unanswered questions from the start. There's still too many. Yeah, this doesn't, just because they found this, that doesn't mean, oh, okay, yeah, it's done over. It's a closed case. No,
yeah.
no. There's still things that need to be looked at.
Okay.
Yep. There's still things that need to be looked at. So, I mean, they got this evidence on him. Okay, so he really better start opening up and telling everything. Because this is going to be hard. I think this is going to be hard for...
Well, Veronica, we don't have any verification of child molestation or anything. That's just talk on Facebook. Bring me a receipt.
Mm-hmm.
From day one, everything came from Miss Sherrod and her father on Facebook. That's, to me, not a receipt.
Mm-hmm.
Because with all the gossip for the past 2 to 3 weeks about her relationship with Darryinn Brown, why are you just now talking to the news to say it ain't no relationship? You're supposed to clear up anything negative day one.
Yeah.
Day one. You're too busy running a RooTube. Did I say RooTube? Yeah, you're too busy running a RooTube and messing with Mikey. You can't get your mind right. Because see, if your mind was right, we wouldn't be talking about this story.
Yeah.
That's on God. You see, everything starts with Trevor Gerrnon'S and that baby mama. I don't know the baby mama. I don't know him. And I'm not giving nobody a damn pass. Because I keep telling you, one thing begets another. You got to have a start. The start was in the womb. The start was who was raising the boys. The start was when somebody allegedly passed one on to the other one. However it went down. Then that one went and passed them to Monica Sherrod. Then on her watch, somebody's dead. And yet the articles are still saying the same thing. What is the relationship between Monica and Darryinn Brown? You think they're asking that question because they're bored?
Right.
There's 1,000 questions a news reporter can ask in an article. Why do they continuously ask the same question about the relationship between this lady and this guy? Because you see, had that Boo-Boo the Clown told the truth in the beginning, that yes, I know Darryinn Brown, he's been in my home, I've taken care of him, or my parents took care of him, however it went, it's been nothing to speculate.
Right.
But instead, you get you a retard that wants to rally for you, Mikey, and Mikey wants to tell everybody on the RooTube this, and this, and you're going to wait almost a month to decide to say to the news, yeah, well, ain't nothing going on. Homegirl, you're supposed to told that day one to the Daily Mail. Squash all rumors. Squash all rumors. Squash all rumors. Squash all rumors. That's what a decent human will do day one, because we are speaking of a dead, butchered baby. So you want to dispel anything that would link you suspiciously to the child and to the suspect. Come on, Queen.
Yes. I would hurry up and clear up everything. I wouldn't want nobody to put my name in this.
I'd have broke my neck with a look. If it was a piece of box in my hand, I was running with the piece of box trying to tell you the truth. Shut your mouth.
Yeah. Yes. Yep. So even though they found the DNA and whatnot on his clothes, when they say clothes, shoes, whatever, there's still clothes, shoes, and somebody else is out there that got DNA on it too, and so they need to continue.
His last name is Maury, Mori.
My thing is too,
maybe poison. Who knows? I was waiting for one of you to go there. Planted evidence, but it's gonna be hard to prove that. Because now we got to go back to Mimi Brown's comment that he never left the house. So how are bloody clothes found in her house? How would somebody be able to get in her house to plant bloody clothes?
Mm-hmm.
It's jacked up. I never wanted to hear this child did this. Any type of felonious acts against a child, I didn't want to hear it, But like I said, I don't know him, so I can't really speak of who Darryinn Brown is because I don't know him. We're only going by what Peter Paul said. And to me, that's not good enough because I know you can't rely on he said, she said.
Exactly.
Bring me a receipt.
Yeah.
Bring me a receipt to who somebody is. Because in the end, without a receipt, all you have are people just gibbering off at the mouth. And in the beginning, this heifer acted like she didn't know him, and her son acted like they didn't know him. And we went from all that to he done been all up in your house, sleeping in your nasty ass house.
Mm-hmm.
So whether he did it or not, you still did not. You were not forthcoming with the truth of your dealings. Let's say that. We ain't gonna say relationship. Your dealings with Darryinn Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Call a spade a spade.
I don't know. It's possible. It's possible for that stuff to be planted. There's enough time in there to do it. So.
Well, but see, the problem is you can't. Listen, baby. How are you going to prove they were planted when the mother just said he never left the house?
No, because after all of that, right? How long did it take the police to go arrest him?
Well, it was true, but it was right away. But it was right away, baby. Most people are not gonna deal with that conspiracy shit about somebody planting clothes. I'll tell you that now. No. So you got to think like an outsider. 12 members. You got to try to force 12 members to believe somebody planted clothes in your house when your mama just said you never left. So now you got to ask the mama, well, did he have company? Now you see where I'm going? If you want to say they were planted, now you got to go ask the mama, well, did Darryinn Brown have company?
Yes. Yes.
Your son didn't leave the house. Did he have company for somebody to plant? Nobody's going to probably fall for that. So the clothes are planted.
What's the brother looking like? What's the brother look like?
I don't know. We ain't seen no brother. We ain't heard nothing about him. That's the point.
Yeah.
We ain't heard nothing about nothing.
No, we just have to.
But I'm gonna be truthful. I can't tell who was who in any of the videos. Even in the daylight video, I wouldn't have never said that was Darryinn Brown because one, I couldn't even see his face.
Right.
It's just a shadow of a man with his back to a camera in an early morning lit video. Because that's early morning with curtains up. So naturally the room's got a little darkness to it. I couldn't say who that was.
Exactly.
I couldn't say who it was.
You can't see the person's whole face.
You can't see nothing. You can't see nothing in video 1. You can't see nothing in video 2. So that's the purpose of the evidence. Well, now it's linking Darryinn Brown to Cash Gerrnon.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to have to prove how that child's blood got on your clothes, your shoes, your sunglasses. When we see in video 1, somebody wore sunglasses. So that means then, let's just keep it real, Darryinn Brown ain't too schizophrenic. That means he knew right from wrong. And I said that in my first commentary. Could it be that he ain't schizophrenic? That he knows right from wrong? Because if we to believe that he went in at Walmart and apologized to that man, then that means he knew what he did was wrong when he allegedly tried to kidnap the child. So see, I always tell you all to stay woke to what has been said. Because Mr. Harris has not verified that he's schizophrenic. We just know that he went to a treatment center. We don't know what he was treated for. We don't know what he's been diagnosed with. We don't know nothing. We just know the story sounds off. And there's too many people who look shady in the story. But I also said, could it be Darryinn Brown did all this and he just happened to get janked up with some janky ass folks? He got wrapped up with this Monica charade, but he did do this. But then I have to ask myself, if I'm going to believe the evidence, why would he kill a damn 4-year-old?
Mm-hmm. Yep. What's the motive? What would be the motive?
This is just thank you. Thank you all. But it's just baffling. Because nobody wants to believe a child will kill another child. Because if I'm going to believe that he's mentally challenged, I got to also say he has the mind of a 4-year-old. So when did you ever know a 4-year-old killing a 4-year-old? His body's bigger. He looks like a guy, a man, a young man, young boy. But still, if we are to believe Darryinn Brown is mentally disabled, he still has the mind of a child. So we have to get records to show he has the mind and the compatibility of a 4-year-old, a 10-year-old, a 12-year-old. We have to see an IQ test where someone tested him and said Darryinn Brown has the capabilities of a 10-year-old, 6-year-old. Bring the queen a receipt so I can say he's out of his mind. He's mentally disabled. But yet we still got to find a motive, because you don't hear a lot of stories of mentally disabled people killing people, children.
Yeah.
You just rarely hear that.
Yes. Yeah. You've got a point there. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because you heard.
I'm still saying he's. Yeah.
But if you're schizophrenic, let's say, a voice will tell you to kill somebody. Because you've heard cases of people who say they were schizophrenic, diagnosed schizophrenic, and the voices told them to do things such as drown their baby. You see where I'm going? Run the baby over with a car. Put the baby in the oven, microwave. Kill the husband, wife. The voices told me to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see if indeed Mr. Heath can bring forth evidence that he is a schizophrenic, alternate personality disorder, psychopathic disorder, to say this is why he did it, because he was unstable. He wasn't on meds. He wasn't getting treatment, because we already know that when you are mentally unstable, 9 times out of 10, you are supposed to be medicated. But we also know that there's a flip side to being medicated, that the medicine also can cause other type of mental issues, physical issues with meds. This is the reason why most people who are mental don't take the meds, because it causes other alternate effects.
Yeah.
And you can't make a child take medicine, because you can't make a damn adult take medicine. That's the reason why you have a lot of people out here flip-assing around, showing out, because they won't take their meds. But they need the meds to be stabilized.
Yep.
Man, ain't nobody worried about nobody in that chat with that nonsense. Your mammy racist. How about that? I didn't even see the comment. Don't get the queen crump. It's date night tonight, so Queen ain't trying to listen to all that buffoonery. I got a date later, so I ain't worried about what you're talking about in no chat. I'm about to get G'd up. So you go take that to Mikey's channel. I ain't got time for that. Yes, meds can make it worse. Indeed. We've heard that time and time again. People who have mental issues, they don't take their meds for various reasons. They don't want to take them, or they have caused them problems. Because you can have also suicidal thoughts, anger issues with taking certain meds. And that's the sad part about taking medicine. You go in for one thing. Thank you, Nadal. You go in for one thing, taking the medicine, but yet the medicine is causing alternate effects. Kind of like, let's say you're taking medicine to curb a stomach problem. You're running to the bathroom, or you got some type of issues with your stomach. Well, hell, you don't want to start getting headaches, dry mouth, constipation. So 1 minute you're running to the bathroom, now the medicine making you constipated. Now you can't use the bathroom. You see where I'm going?
Mm-hmm.
You're breaking out in hives. That's the point. You don't know what medicine will do to you. But in the end, you need it to preserve life. Thank you all for joining me. They haven't released any statement that Darryinn was seen on surveillance camera after the possible abduction. Well, Miss Dee, that's where the he said, she said is coming from Kurt Pinkerton about people's cameras on porches or whatever and the other alternate suspect. So let's just be truthful. So now, where do we factor that in with the alternate suspect? Where does he or she fit in to the equation? Because once again, no other arrest of any other parties, just Darryinn Brown. Now we have evidence linking him to the dead boy. Still no alternate arrest. Where is the alternate person that filmed this, Mr. Pinkerton, with your goofy ass name? Where is the alternate person? You sitting up on a lie book like you a detective. Well, why don't you give us the tea? Who filmed Darryinn Brown in the room on both occasions? Drop a name. Thank you, Night Out. Thank you all. Drop a name, Mr. Pinkerton. You know what I think of with that name? Them little soldiers. You know the little soldiers they have in London? With the top hats.
Yeah.
And they do that little march with their foot up, back, up. That's what I think of. Goofy. Just goofy, goofy, goofy. Mikey, he'll eat anything. I promise I'm going to behave. Hold on a minute. Let me check out here for just a second. Yeah, Nutcracker. Thank you, Miss Dee Dee. That's what I'm talking about. You know the queen, don't you? You know what's on the queen's mind. Shut your mouth. Sometimes I feel like I'm not. Sometimes I don't. Goofy. Just goofy as hell. Hold on one second, you guys. Thank you all for joining me. Mod, you can drop the link. If you want to hit the panel, thank you. Yes, everyone have a safe weekend. Don't drink and drive. Don't text and drive. Hell, don't even talk and drive. Just drive where you're going and talk to the folks when you get there. And if you see something, say something. Anything that looks suspicious to you pertaining to a child, just call it in. You don't have to leave your name. You don't have to give a long-winded story. Just tell what you saw and hit the end button. Yes, Darryinn, tell the truth. If you did it for somebody, tell it. If the voices told you to do it, tell it. Just tell the whole truth. Thank you all for joining me. Hit the link if you want to give your opinion pertaining to the new evidence that has been forwarded from the lab, Dallas, Texas, pertaining to the death of Cash Gerrnon'S, linking Mr. Darryinn Brown, 18, of said murder and now facing capital murder of a 4-year-old child. Why would Darryinn Brown kill a 4-year-old boy? Is he schizophrenic? So now that we have the evidence, we're just going to have to now just focus on the why. How do you wake up, decide to kill a kid? Why would he wear a disguise? And that means he knew better. And that means he's not mentally disturbed or incapacitated mentally, because you don't put on a disguise if you know better. Then he doubles back. We're going to go on and say that Darryinn Brown did all of this. He doubled back. Why? He didn't take the second child. Why? The voices told him to do it. The voices told him to take child number 1, kill the child. How did he do it? He walked the baby to his death. He carried the baby to his death. He pulled him in a radio flyer wagon. How did he get the baby out of that house to the said location? If we're going to say, yeah, there's blood evidence, how did he do it? Where did he do it? Are there other reasons he did it? Did he do it for Monica Sherrod? Was he actually messing with the child? Is there said evidence of sexual assault against Darryinn Brown pertaining to the child? Did he sexually molest the baby? Did it get out into the street? Whispers he'd been messing with the baby. Did the baby tell somebody Darryinn Brown had been touching him? Says we keep bringing this up because of Mr. Pinkerton's post, which, like I said, he had no business putting that out there. Let the media, the news, the detectives, and the medical examiner bring forth the evidence of sexual molestation or any improprieties done to the child's body. It wasn't your job, Dodo Bird. That's the reason why we got all this gossip right now pertaining to Monica Sherrod with her goofy ass. You see, Goofy, had you told the truth in the beginning, it wouldn't be no speculation about no damn sexual assault and no relationship between you and Darryinn Brown, because had you told the truth, nobody would have had nothing to say about you except for whatever the hell they Googled about your past. So 9 times out of 10, folks are still going to be talking about you being a dope fiend, because that's your past. And you did that. We didn't do that. And didn't nobody tell Trevor to go out here and get high and geek and commit fraud and steal cars. Y'all did that. So folks was going to find that out anyway, with or without Darryinn Brown being involved, not involved. Common sense. Your past is what it is. But see, the past don't always stay in the past, because had you all did right by those children and raised them properly, this would not be a new story to the news, YT, or Facebook. So you all are party to the bullshit. You brought this on yourselves. Because first of all, baby daddy didn't have no business leaving his kids with no junkie. And he too busy out there trying to geek and get high. And now his baby is damn dead. Call a spade a spade. You see, it's like the scripture. One thing begets another. Psalms tell you, speak it and it shall be so. You all didn't care nothing about them kids. That's the reason why one of them's dead now. And she's sitting up here acting like she Kim Kardashian, all up on the routine, skinning and grinning and talking about fans and all that. Man, you ain't no Kim Kardashian homegirl. Sit up there snickering shit. You grow up. You see, that's your problem, Miss Sherrod. You've been afforded the opportunity to be a fuck up. Trevor, you have been afforded the opportunity to be a fuck up. That's the reason why the baby's dead. Because nobody cared. Did you see, had somebody cared, they would have never been in Miss Sherrod's care to be bludgeoned to death by Darryinn Brown. You see, I'm woke. I've been woke. And see, some of you are bobbleheads. You just want to just say, well, Darryinn Brown did it. He did it. Well, like I always said, ain't nobody said he didn't. I ain't anyway. But this story is just like all the other stories, Cal City, all of them, they're the same. Had your baby mama did her job raising her children, nobody would have been having your children. Nobody would have had it gotten from the state. But because you don't want to raise your kids, they're passed along to more strangers to be abused and murdered and missing. Lord have mercy. This thing is acting up still. I don't know what to do with this thing. Thank you all for joining me. Hell, Air Force, how you doing? It's always a circus when you're dealing with street people. I keep trying to tell you all that. Oh. Okay. I had to go to another device because I can't keep dealing with this. This computer's not acting right. Thank you all. Hit the link if you want to give your opinion pertaining to this storyline. Thank you. Monica posted a GoFundMe in 2020 to help her ailing parents for medical and health care that they need to have surgery. They did not look like they are sick. Well, Layla, that's the whole point. You don't know these people. I keep trying to tell people that. You should have known the people were vile when they went and posted a GoFundMe page for the baby when they're not related to him. They had no regard for these children, relatives. You don't do nothing pertaining to anything. You go find the relatives of the children. You couldn't find Trevor, well, then you go find the baby mama. You can't find the baby mama, then you go find a grandparent, uncle, cousin, or you call the damn state and tell them, come pick up these children, please. I cannot take care of them. Stupid. So stupid is stupid. Yes, they're hustlers. Hit the link if you want to give your opinion pertaining to the evidence that has been released from the lab linking Darryinn Brown to the death of Cash Gerrnon. Thank you. 66 viewing. Thank you all for your support. You want to donate to the channel, $ Big Angie 129 Cash App. All super chats are welcome during the live. This is a harrowing tale, and this story is no different than any other story that you hear of neglect, abuse of a child. You see, everything starts in the womb from the moment you are conceived. Do these people want me here on earth? Are these people going to do right by me once I am born? Are they going to treat me right now that I am born? Are they going to do right by me once they realize they can no longer take care of me? That is the point of all these stories. They are all the same. White, Black, Hispanic, Arabic, Jew, Muslim, they're all the same. Somebody checked out. Bottom line. Yes, it's a vicious cycle. Hit the link if you want to give your opinion. If not, I will check out of here. I'm already approaching 1 hour into this live. What if someone was wearing DB's clothes, committed the crime, then left them at his home, then ran around and back home without a top, shoes, or socks? Okay, Jackie, but you got to ask yourself, how did the person get into his house to leave his clothes? We see he entered this house allegedly because they got evidence linking him to the crime. So how would somebody get in his house? Who would be comfortable enough to walk in his house like how he walked in Monica's house? Because her house is a flop house. So he was able to come in her house 2 times, which to me is still baffling. That this boy was able to enter your house 2 times and take a kid out of your house and then come back when it's daylight. Daylight. You put that on paper. He came back during daylight savings time. That's a bold ass Negro. Care what none of you say. This goofy ass don't quit slamming this damn door. Sorry. Thank you, Nancy.
Good evening, Queen.
Hi, baby. Thanks for joining me.
How are you?
I'm all right.
Yeah. It's a little saddening.
It is, yeah, because you don't want to think a child will kill another child. Why would a child kill a child, whether they're schizophrenic or not? But you always have to remember, you don't know the mind. The mind is a very fragile organ.
Mm-hmm. Can be manipulated.
Yes, it will do what it wants to do. That's why we have a lot of disturbed people, because something in their mind is telling them to do heinous acts.
And it can be manipulated very easily.
Well, if you're already unstable, it's not going to take much.
No.
Then the flip side is you could be well equipped, so you think, and be manipulated to do something, told to do something, asked to do something, coerced into doing something.
Mm-hmm. I have a question. Okay. Just a little thought process. Now, we know Trevor has been arrested. We know he had outstanding felonies.
Mm-hmm.
What if, now this is just,
Nancy, just give your opinion, baby. Don't matter what people think. People gonna go.
No.
Anyway.
They're gonna do their thing. That's
yeah.
them.
So that's why you just speak and just give your opinion. It's no big deal.
Yeah. No, it's just my synopsis. What if he was to flip for a lesser time and give out some tea and information, everything he knows, that what's been going on in that household?
Who, Trevor?
Yeah.
Well, we don't know because we don't know what he knows.
Well, I mean, we don't know what he knows, but if he does know something, he could work a deal.
Right, but see, guess what? You still foul for leaving your kids there.
He is. He is in the wrong 100%.
I wouldn't give him shit. How about that?
I'm not saying.
I hear what you're saying, but guess what? No,
yeah.
sir.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't give him anything,
because
but
you're the orchestrator how the child got dead in the first place.
that's true. He's
Because this
part
goes
of
back
the
to what I
problem.
because like I said last night, you could scratch Darryinn Brown out of the equation. Darryinn Brown is the end of the totem pole.
Right.
He's the icing on the cake.
He's not the beginning of the problem.
But you see, right. Had you raised your children, there would have been no Monica, which led to Darryinn Brown.
I mean, if he was already going back to Houston, why didn't you take him and drop him off at the?
This is the same thing like Cal City. You got a ratchet ass baby mama who wants to be in the streets, huffing and puffing and chiefing and drinking and having unprotected sex with different men. You lose your kids by abuse and neglect. Then you cry wolf once you hear they're missing, but you're the orchestrator of the story because the children came from you. They didn't come from the West family. They didn't come from the Pookie family. They came from you. And you came a day late, $1 short.
$1 short.
And then your ass fell off after you ran and got your 5 minutes of fame via the news and Facebook. And that's what you people don't seem to understand, that all these stories have a start. And you all don't want to start at the beginning, which is the fucking bio parents.
Yep. You always say start at the beginning.
End up in foster care. They just don't end up at Monica Sherrod's house, Pookie's house, Ray Ray's house, the foster home. Somebody did something to get them there. So stop passing the buck and acting like these folks ain't got no damn responsibility.
The shelter, the wherever.
I get sick of folks always wanting to shade shit and cover up shit. Your ass out here getting high. You got this white boy up here getting high, geeking. You got that stupid ass baby mama out there in Bakersfield, dropping it like it's hot, doing whatever the hell she want to do. Ain't nobody even seen that heifer.
She ain't hiding.
These folks checked out. Don't you get it? They didn't want their kids. And they weren't even responsible enough to take them to somebody who could be halfway decent to take care of them. That's all you have to do. Place them up for adoption and pray that the right person will take care of them. Because that's all you can do once you turn them over. But these MFs don't even care. They abuse their kids and then cry later. Oh, they took my child prematurely. Oh, the state did this. Oh, the state didn't call me. The state shouldn't have to call me because you're the reason they in the state's care.
Trevor didn't even have enough decency to live in the state. State's care.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He just picked up some old junkie off the street because he was screwing her and left his kids with her. Well, she already had 4 damn kids and a criminal past. And then you got Mikey over here wanting to rally for another goofball. And y'all sitting here raising money and giving money to a junkie. I wish the hell I would go out here and scuff and huff to eat and give you my money so you can geek and get damn high. You giving your money to a junkie. So any of you out there giving Monica Sherrod money, her parents' money, you are utter fool, and you probably a junkie too. Because I ain't giving no junkie $1. I'm not giving you $1. You hungry? I'll take you to KFC, Taco Bell. But you ain't getting no money.
I'm sure there's a food pantry.
You need socks. You need socks. You need underwear. Oh, the queen is buying for you. Oh, I'll buy your underwear. I'll buy your socks. I'll buy your shirt. I'll buy your pair of pants. But you ain't getting no money. Not me willingly knowing your ass get high.
Yeah. I'll buy you the necessities, but I'm not handing you the greenback.
Yeah, I'm not handing you the green. Now, if I met you, didn't know you got high, that'd be different. But once I find out you get high, frankly, you really can't come back and get nothing else. Because I don't owe you that. You try that game with somebody else that don't know you. You keep finding somebody that don't know you that want to give up them coins. This is disturbing. I'm sick of these stories about these kids. It is time for everybody to own their part in raising children. You can't do it. Okay, pass the baton on. And then stop having kids. Stop lying down having kids. Stop getting sexual with strangers and making babies. Because I'm gonna tell you what's the sad part of life. It's to know that you are a product of sex only. Your parent has to come to you to tell you why your mama, daddy ain't around. Because in the beginning, it was just sex. Well, we met at the club, we met at the gas station, we met on the block, we met at a house party, we had sex, and that's how you came to be. But he don't want to be your daddy. You see where I'm going with that?
That's a hard thing to
And
tell.
that's what people don't understand about most of us are products of sex, not love.
Just a hookup.
And most of us know this. Most humans are not products of love and or marriage. You are a product of two sweaty bodies humping together. Yeah, I see it.
Just a hookup. Booty call.
Because we're humans. We're of the flesh. You see, you're of the flesh first. You know, scratch your government name. Scratch how pretty you are, how handsome you are. You graduated from Harvard. You play pro ball. You good at basketball, soccer, whatever. You of the flesh first. And the flesh falls first. Amen.
Yes, ma'am.
So most children are derived from sex, not love. So that's why when it's time to play the role of a parent, the parent can't play because he or she didn't sign up or didn't want to intend to have no children, but they didn't use precautions. Hit the link. Hit the link if you want to give your opinion pertaining to the evidence that has been released against Darryinn Brown. Go ahead, Nancy.
This is sad. It's sad. I still think there's more players. I still think there were two different people in that video.
Yes.
I still think there's more evidence.
Well, it's going to be all kinds of things. Because like I said, you got a woman who is an obvious addict. She doesn't care about herself, her appearance. She don't care about her kids. She don't care about her own house. Your house is your kingdom. Now stay woke. Your car should be considered the same as your house.
And she was in a car driving.
Your appearance says everything about you. So you don't care about yourself, your appearance. You don't care about your house. You don't care about your car. So now we factor in dog, cats, and children. Come on, Queen. You are a walking example of who the hell you are and what you stand for. And you walk outside your door, geeked up, looking crazy, don't comb your hair. You won't even put no damn lip gloss on your little chapped ass lips. What the hell am I supposed to think about you? Now, some women don't wear makeup. That's their choice. But when you looking like that, baby, you need lip gloss and blush. I see it.
Little Mary Kay come peeping on the door.
Hey, let me tell you something. Since folks love messing with me about that Dollar Tree, $1 blush, $1 lip gloss, $1 mascara. And don't you want to look pretty for Mikey? Come on now. Yeah. New name. Stay woke.
$5 will get you a long way.
Mikey, he'll eat anything.
I remember them commercials.
Yeah, remember that? Little dark-haired white boy with the freckles.
I sure do. Here, give it to Mikey. He'll eat anything.
That's how old the queen is. Ting.
Ting, ting. I'm older than you, ma'am.
Ting, 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 ting.
I show respect where respect is due.
Amen.
Mercy, mercy. There's just, I just want to know.
Air Force, that part.
I want to know all the facts.
Well, we're going to lean on faith that all the facts are revealed. But I'm going to tell y'all something. I want to lean in on this one. All that gossiping y'all doing on the YouTube, y'all forgot one thing. You're going to have to testify, Goofy. See, that's how dumb you are. You're letting Mikey rope you in on your 5 minutes of fame on the YouTube. What you gonna do when you got to get that subpoena? Ting. But you ain't good at lying, Miss Shawinski. So guess what? when they serve that affidavit for you to come to court, you better get that story A1 straight. Because Mr. Harris gonna take and poke every fucking hole he can find.
I go get you a
Guess
blue
what?
dress.
Guess what? It's getting ready to be just like this. It's getting ready to be like Miss Anthony, Casey Anthony. They had enough evidence to seal it up, but Baez showed reasonable doubt on who could be the killer. Okay? There was the smell of death in the trunk. There was the air test from the scientists from my area that went and testified, but they debunked his theory. There was the canvas bag that the baby was in that matched the other 2 canvas bags that came from Target in the garage or house. There was the sheet the baby was wrapped in that was matching the matching sheets from her bedroom. There was the stickers that allegedly they wanted to debunk and say the sticker was found outside and it just popped up on top of the duct tape or on the side of her face. I don't really give a damn. The sticker was on her body. Let's go there. Whether it was on the duct tape over her mouth, her chin, her earlobe, her hair, it still matched stickers from her bedroom. Stay woke. And get 12 members said not guilty. So, Monica, you gonna help the defense because you didn't come forward in the beginning to say how you knew Darryinn Brown. You never once offered up to the Daily Mail, the guy on the camera, I know him. I helped him. He was a lost kid, blah, blah, blah. You never said nothing. So you go help Heath Harris get that boy off.
He lived in my home.
You go help him. Whether he did it or not, you go help him try to get Darryinn Brown, off because you knew him. You should have said that in the beginning. Yeah, the guy identified has been in my house. I've helped him. He's a troubled kid. He's a troublemaker. I didn't want him back in my house because of this reason here. So let's go there, Miss Shawinski, Big Nose. Why you didn't want him in your house? So you said to the Daily Mail, enlighten us. Since now you testifying before the news, y'all ain't got no relationship. Well, then why did you say 2 days beforehand, before the death of Cash, you didn't want him in your house? Why? You ain't told Mikey that, did you? Little pillow talk. you like whispering in RooTubers' ears. Well, enlighten me. I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty for the news. Tell the queen why you didn't want Darryinn Brown back in your house. I'll wait. Is that the reason why he killed the baby? Because you had some goods on him? You fell out with him about something? Well, tell us what it is. Because you see, you should have told that in the beginning too. That part.
Or just kept your mouth shut.
Yeah, well, you see, this is what people don't understand. Mr. Pinkerton have already put everybody on blast pertaining to the child and gossip. So if we'd have believed that Darryinn Brown was seen on doorbell cameras that morning, going and coming in the neighborhood around the same time of the death of the kid, that's the alleged evidence too, the doorbell cameras. But see, where you messed up is you implicated somebody else, but nobody else has been arrested. And I ain't about to believe the state then signed a plea deal with somebody without bringing forth that information to the public. Yeah, that part. So where is our mystery person? Why is there no second arrest? Why did Monica Shawinski not want Darryinn Brown back in her house? Did she lie to save face when she made that comment? That was mentioned in the chat last night or the night before. She could have lied. Well, she been lying. So you really don't know what to believe from this heifer. So now, what's also going to go against Darryinn Brown is the alleged kidnap of the little girl back in February. So what are we saying? He's a pedophile. He has a penchant for children. He likes boys and girls. He's a dual pedophile. He doesn't discriminate sexually. What are we saying?
Mm. I want to hear the argument on that, though, why it was,
Well,
so delayed.
and yes,
I mean,
right. The police, you have an obligation to do with your job, which is police the community. If these said people have called you numerous times about anything, Darryinn Brown or not, you had an obligation to go to these people to see what the hell their complaints were. Because perhaps the child will be alive today had you did your job policing the area. So everybody's guilty. Not just Darryinn Brown. Darryinn Brown is, as I said, it's the icing on the cake. He's the end product of a failed system. Mamas and daddies didn't want to raise their kid, so they passed them on to Pookie, Ray Ray, Shamiqua, Monica. Now Monica got the kid. She don't really give a fuck. Then here comes Darryinn Brown. Ting. End of story.
inner circle.
Darryinn Brown was the end result of a broke system. Because perhaps he wasn't getting the care he needed. He's hanging around dope fiends. The kids are in the house of a dope fiend, passed along from house to house. Who knows what's been going on with those children? And that's another thing. What the hell's really been going on in Monica Sharon's house? Come on with you. Who's all been going in her house? Who all have contact with her kids? Have her children been molested too? They won't. Since Paw want to put all that out there on cash. You want to put all them lies out there and whatever about the baby, which we don't have no evidence of any sexual assault. We got to wait to see if the medical examiner wants to also bring forth anything done to the child sexually. You wouldn't even let the damn medical examiner bring us the information. You too busy up on the lie book giving us the 411.
And if that comes out and that is a true statement from the medical examiner,
yes.
Lord have mercy. Katie, bar the door.
Say
because
what?
I said, Katie, bar the door.
Mm-hmm.
Because if that's a true statement, that woman, there's going to be some questions asked about her other children.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, ma'am.
Because see, that's what the whole point. Monica don't get her and her son. You thought you was doing something by talking to the Daily Mail. You fucked yourself.
Yep, hung yourself and struck it over the big center beam.
You know you're not a proper parent. That's first and foremost. You've been letting every Tom, Dick, and Harry lay up in your house. Once it's been released that you are an addict, all bets are off. And that's what Mr. Heath is going to use against you. You an addict. You let anybody come in your house. Anybody could have done anything to those kids besides Darryinn Brown.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what you could have done to the kids. You ain't fit. You're allegedly violent. You got your ex running to the YouTube telling all your damn business instead of him going to the news. Let's talk about that blow. Why you ain't going to the news telling what the hell you know about Monica Lewinsky? You running to the YouTube trying to get you some likes and views too. To tell why you ain't at the news talking. Don't you find it strange in all these stories? Mm-hmm. Don't nobody want to go to the news. They want to call somebody on the YouTube.
Give them inside maps of the whole house.
Channel 8, Channel 10, 23, 17, 18, 5, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. You don't want to go to the news, but you want to go to the YouTube. All right. I want to talk to a YouTuber. Not the local news, not somebody that can spin the story effectively, but you want to go to a YouTuber.
What about Court TV?
Well, like I said, you want to go to a YouTuber.
Exactly.
You want to go to a YouTuber. YouTuber is not the place for everything.
Mm-mm.
And that's what people ain't understand about the YouTube. Everything ain't meant to be spun on this box. Because see, what y'all don't understand, after all the likes and views, the YouTubers go lay down comfortably wherever the hell they slumber. You the one that went and spit all that damn 411, 211 up there on their box. And then here come a subpoena. You got to now tell a judge, and 12 members of a jury, and 2 attorneys, and more. Why the hell you up on a YouTube spinning stories about Pookie and Ray Ray and Shamika and Susie Mae? And that's what all y'all getting ready to get. A shock to the system. Monica, you got to testify. Trevor, you gonna have to testify. Baby mama, you gonna have to testify. Or as we say in the streets, test a lie.
Or her house car's fixing to fall down. Especially if something come back from that.
Okay, Crystal, stop.
Examiner.
Not Shaggy Dude, wanna be Malibu, both want it. You know what I'm did. Girl, you stupid. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. This is no Brady Bunch. I can tell you that now.
Ain't no bewitched getting out of here neither.
Look, all these stories, Nancy, are the same. Just a different race, just a different skin tone, skin color, hair. But all of these people are the same. They are ratchet, ghetto, ratchet, white, black people rearing kids. Does that sound like a racist to you? How about that?
No.
All of you stink.
Like I've been saying, something stanky in the trash. And it ain't fish.
Crystal, I'm going to spank you. Yeah, it's sad. You got folks up here rallying for this heifer. She ain't nobody. Hell, you going to donate to the needy fund when she had 6 people in her house besides herself. So you count how many people she actually had staying in her house on a given time. And now all of a sudden you got dead kids on her watch. She now need money, or y'all want to donate money, or she done set up a GoFundMe, or whatever the hell she's setting up, cash out. Hey, heifer, how was you eating before Cash died? I'll wait. You know you had an EBT card, heifer. You think we slow out here? Hey, guess what? We got stop signs and stoplights in Tennessee. We got a yellow line that goes down the middle of the road. Stay woke.
Because they got dashes too.
Seems like a lot of people in the neighborhood knows the house nobody's going to tell me not to call the police when my kid is attacked. Shady, yes, amen. And guess what? Oh, Mr. Carter, you got to testify why you didn't testify about your child getting kidnapped.
Exactly.
Mr. Carter.
How come nothing took place in February?
I'm a dodo bird. I've had a black man come up in my house 2 times trying to kick my ass.
And then you wait until something pops off, something tragic, and then you want to take
Omi,
charge.
What you talking about? Who got a breathing problem? Don't make me get crunk. Monica, if you put the pipe down, you can breathe, heifer. You ain't doing nothing but blowing smoke up your lungs, you dingbat. And keep listening to Mikey. You're going to have more problems than a broke window. Come on, Queen.
Especially something tragic comes back from
We know you got an open door. Guess what? She got the revolving door like how they had in the old days in the shopping stores, like when I was growing up in Chicago. We had revolving doors going across the Perry Scott and Marshall Fields. You know that door make that swishing sound when you can swing it around and around. That's what the hell she got in there.
You know, like in the saloon days.
That's what the hell she got going on, revolving door. Who the hell worried about a damn garage? Bitch, you got a revolving door. And go tell Mikey I said that.
Oh, Queen.
Butt cheek lifter. You's a cheek lifter, homegirl. You a butt cheek lifter. Last night live, this morning's live really got me crunk because those jokes was on time. Do you hear me?
Are you talking to me?
It takes Crystal to do the jokes. Crystal, come up and enlighten the fans.
See, I missed it. Oh, I missed it. I wish I'd have been
1 hour.
awake.
Look, it's 1 hour, 20 minutes in. Come on, Crystal, hit the link. It's comedy hour now.
Oh, I wish I'd have been awake. Where you at?
Mikey, he'll eat anything.
Where you at, Mayweather? Flo is up here. Where you at, Mayweather?
That's my girl. That damn Mayweather ain't no joke.
Mayweather.
Mayweather don't know he got a twin. Mayweather don't know he got a twin. Lord Jesus, I'm dead. Come on, Crystal. We need a laugh. Come on up here and imitate Hunchback.
Oh.
I got a frog in my throat. Straight gator trash. Straight gator bottom feeding swamp trash. I see that. Now go get your mammy and tell her I said that. And get your pawpaw and Mikey too.
Oh, that's not how. Your mama and your pepe.
Go get
not
it.
out.
As we say in the street, go run tell that.
Go run and tell him. Go tell him.
Come on, Crystal.
Or I'll smack ya.
Butt cheek lifter.
I'm so sorry I missed last night. I'd have probably been rolling.
She's nasty. It's a nasty white woman. Thank you all.
Where is Mayweather?
Here she come.
There's Mayweather.
Everybody. Everybody. I want to break this stars. I want to break this stars. Mayweather, boy.
I got a breathing problem. I got a breathing problem. Hold on.
Please stop, I'm dead. Oh, you retarded. You fool.
Humada. You need a.
Wait.
Oh, Jesus, I'm head gum coast. Thank you for coming. Okay. Don't start that cheese stuff.
You need an inhaler.
Oh, y'all.
I can take it a puff and blow it at you.
You mad, ain't you? Monica, guess what, homegirl? You messed up, homegirl. You got to stand before 12 members and recite every lie you done told the Daily Mail and the public. Good luck with that.
And
make sure you have Mikey in the back of the chambers supporting you.
I'm gonna tell you what, I've had to do that before. I mean, I've had to get up and be in court before, and that's scary.
Yeah, somebody that smoked many cigarettes. Honey, that's cigarettes, meth, heroin, crack, ice, Xanax, everything you can put in a pipe.
All of it.
What's in that pipe? Everything.
But 4-leaf clover.
Go ahead and do it, Crystal.
She gonna be on the. She's not even gonna be able to get a full sentence out on the stand. That's why I said all Mr. Harris has to do is, yes, Miss Monica, can you explain to us what happened?
He's my dust.
That's his whole case right there. And then he gonna have Malibu's Most Wanted come up there.
Curly top.
Ooh.
Curly top. Wait a minute.
Ooh.
Curly top. When he come to court, he gonna come in a blue suit.
Yep, with a big old gold chain, about
He got-
5-6 inches long. Yeah.
Doing a pimp stride.
My mama tried to help them kids. They were like my brothers. They were like my brothers. I love Cash. That was my brother. I love my brother. He was like a brother to me. Come on, Honcho, take over.
Mm-hmm. Right? There it is there.
I guess Honcho, he gonna come in the court turning cartwheels and rapping.
Y'all know I saw some stuff on Instagram today. It was pretty enlightening.
I bet it was.
This size of them feet was pretty enlightening.
You better not say that he's still a child. Shut your mouth.
I didn't say nothing. I'm actually talking about tennis shoes.
I didn't know what you meant.
I said
Nancy, don't you come up in here with all that shenanigans.
I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
This is Flo and her coffee.
Okay, Flo. I'm dead.
My dust.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh, we.
Sound like country white boys. Sound like country white boys. Sound like country white boys.
Oh, mercy.
All right. Well, I tell you what, for the right dollar, she'll like any man with a ding ding. Ding.
What is it? Give me $1, I'll make you holler.
These nuts. Man, please. That girl probably got a dildo in every color in her drawer.
You know, I heard Amazon sells all kinds of products.
Okay, that's okay, Crystal. You stupid. Y'all crazy. Well, I tell you what, it's a sad situation. It's a sad situation.
It is extremely sad. I know we're kind of cutting up and stuff, but it still comes down to the main victim here.
Yeah.
Is his poor 2 babies.
Yes, it is.
It's Cash, God rest his little soul, and Carter, who is left in this world to wander on his own without his twin.
Okay, $1. Dee Dee, please stop. Thank you, Night Owl. Well, see, and that's what people are not focusing on. We already have one dead child, but there's another child left behind without a twin, and we have to also wonder the safety of this other twin, because I don't know anything about the biological mother, if indeed that is where Carter Gerrnon'S is. So I have to only rely on what Miss Sherrod said, that they tried reaching out to her around Christmas. She wouldn't FaceTime. She threw the babies over to Trevor when he got out of jail. He was staying with his mama, grandmama, whoever. So see, what we got? What do we got? You don't know what to think about these people.
No. But you know, the bond of a twin is supposed to be so spiritual.
Yes. And Omi, you're right. Why she up there on the YouTube talking, she ain't said nothing about Carter.
No, not a word.
You talking about yourself and people hating on you, and that's via y'all version, because I don't watch foolishness. You can't get a view out the queen. But let's just say for the record, she ain't said nothing about the living child. Trevor ain't said nothing about the living child. But yet this is who y'all want to ride or die with as a victim. Okay.
It is not about you, your son. It is about them 2 babies.
Yes, they're trash. Yeah, she's human trash. Her and Trevor, and I'm weighing not so favorably for the baby mama either, because I don't know her, and I can't say I trust her. Because see, there's one thing y'all fail to realize. If my child is missing and I got visitation rights or some type of open custody with the baby daddy, wouldn't I report my children missing?
You darn right.
I told y'all to stay woke. So you think I'm going to ride or die with that damn baby mama, Melinda, whatever the hell her name is? I won't.
Listen, I'd have been taken off from work. If I had drove a 4-wheel truck,
Yeah,
there would have been some 18-wheelers, big semi
that's what I'm saying.
tires
See,
parked
that's
up in
what
the
I
middle
tell
of
you.
that house.
If we are to believe Monica Sherrod, you still have to use common sense whether you believe Monica or not about the bio mother. Lady, those kids ain't been reported missing that we know of. So why have we not heard of a police report you filed that your 2 twin children were missing? Because possibly the one thing Monica told the truth is you did hand those kids over to Trevor, and Trevor did what the fuck he wanted with them damn kids. So I don't give you a pass either. And I'm praying Carter is not in your damn care. Well, he found himself butchered some damn where laying on the side of the damn truck stop. Because who's taking care of your other 2 children while you riding trucks? I told y'all to stay woke. Queen, don't miss a beat. Thank you, Missy. Thank you so much for the check. Thank you all. See, I tell y'all to stay woke. Everything you need to know is in the beginning of the story. Who is taking care of the other 2 kids while she riding around America dropping off loads in a semi truck? I'll wait. How you gonna raise your kids driving a truck? I ain't not a woman driving a truck, but we got to do the math. When are you home? Are you driving a truck and coming home every evening? Are you coming home every Friday, Saturday? Are you on the road every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks? Who has your kids? So what you gonna do with Carter? Yeah. Now come for the queen. See, I ask the questions you're supposed to ask. I don't dance around stuff. I don't got time for that. Nancy?
Yes, ma'am. I'm here.
Okay.
I'm listening. No, you don't. You don't tiptoe. You do not tiptoe.
Hell no, I'm too big to tiptoe. Hell, I can barely walk. I can barely walk to them talking about some damn tiptoeing.
No, you don't tiptoe.
But you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
You have to ask the pertinent questions.
You have to ask the hard ones.
Nobody in the story gets a pass because 9 times out of 10, the baby mama ain't no better than Trevor or Monica Sherrod or Darryinn Brown.
Well, you know, DB's attorney's gonna dig and dig
And
dig.
let me tell y'all something. For what we don't know about these people, Mr. Harris gonna bring the bang. Everything them folks done is getting ready to come out on that witness stand. So y'all keep running to the YouTubers with your stories, trying to get your likes and views and have fun. Them YouTubers ain't gonna be there for you when you up in that courtroom. Because guess what? No cell phones in the courtroom. Can't call them now to be your Captain Save a Hoe.
No. He's gonna get all the info.
Oh yeah. Mr. Harris gonna chop it up. Whether we got blood evidence or not, you still gotta own your part to how the children got with Miss Sherrod.
Well, like you said, how did they get to the end of what happened to them?
Right.
We got to go back to the beginning of how they got there.
From the day they were born to who was raising them, who left whom, who passed the children to whom, how long they stayed with whom, when did they left first whom, then they went over here to second whom, then they went over here to third whom, what was going on in this house, what was going on in that house, who got a criminal record, who accrued a criminal record while they had the children. Stay woke.
How long did they live in the car before they lived with Monica Sherrod? How long did they live in here? How long did they...
Wait, back up. Lived in a car?
Yeah, supposedly he was living in a car with him before he was able...
Mikey.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah. Trevor. He was supposedly
Okay.
staying in a car, and then
Yeah,
he was
I'm saying,
offered
I'm saying the info
yeah.
came, but the info came from Mikey.
Yes.
Okay.
Allegedly,
Okay.
it's all hearsay.
Well, Mikey,
We don't.
you keep running your mouth. Your ass gonna be living in a car.
Yeah, it's all it's all gonna be coming out.
Keep putting Monica Lewinsky up there on the root tube. You gonna be living in a car. You gonna be going live from a car. You worried about how the fuck everybody else live. You gonna be living in a car.
I mean, it's all gonna come
Going
out.
live on Texas truck. At the Walmart parking lot, going live.
That's why I said, Trevor's liable to, that's why I made the statement I made when I first came on. Is that, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not in his corner because he had a major to do with all of this going down because he ran off and left them babies when he could have just put them in the car and hightailed it with him. And I'm not giving the mama a pass.
But you see, it's easier to take
taking
care
them
of
back.
one.
Yeah, take them back to Houston with you. Get
But
them
it's
out of
easier
that
to
nasty
take care of
situation.
one than two, than three.
Right, but just
Everybody knows that. That's why he threw them off in the first place. Those
Yeah.
kids were dead weight. They were
but
dead weight. Because remember what Monica said? They had been here before he came officially February 14th. So where was he when the children were with her before he officially moved in? So he really only stayed with her probably a month alongside the children. Alleged.
Yeah, so he came and slipped out and then came back. So he's been playing this game for a while. So
Yeah, he's been playing possum with his own damn kids. Peekaboo with your own damn children. You taking them to anybody's house, you can drop them off at and play possum. And let's get the 411 on when did he really leave Miss Sherrod's house? Because articles are giving contradictory statements that he's been there weeks before the death, 1 week before the death of Cash. Well, which is it?
That's what I'm saying. You don't think that those police in Houston are not grilling that man?
Well, let me tell you something.
I hope they are.
All I can say is you better hope we get a COVID part 12 to keep the courts tied up. Because all y'all ass is grass when you get subpoenaed to court. All of you ain't gonna make it up on that witness stand. And that's what's gonna break the whole case, is when the truth comes out about all the little dirty things you all been doing, everything that was going on in Monica Sherrod's house. Somebody gonna start bringing the tea. Somebody gonna also testify what was going on in her house. Whoever she done laid up, had sex with, that's gonna come out. Anything that went on with her children gonna come out. It's gonna be a hot butter mess.
I hope that grandpa, if he has some knowledge or something, I hope he says, plea deal, plea deal, plea deal.
Yeah, because what's gonna happen is a bunch of buffoonery gonna come out during the trial. They ain't gonna even be thinking about Darryinn Brown, what he did to the boy.
Somebody gonna be wanting to speak up and get a plea deal.
They gonna be talking about all the stuff that went on with Monica Sherrod and that flop house. Even though the evidence shows he had contact with the kid. But now let's say, where did he kill the kid? How about that? Hit the link if you want to join the panel before I check out of here. Where did Darryinn Brown kill the baby? If indeed the blood is linking him to the crime, which they're saying it is. Some of you are still on the fence about the evidence now, but where did he kill the child? Hit the link.
Where did this actual crime take place?
Hit the link.
Come on, people.
Here's the first live about the evidence, and nobody wants to hit the link. Are you believing this?
No.
I guess I'm too early for it.
Oh, come on. You are not.
Yeah, this is early for me to be on live. You know I don't go early.
I know, but they're down in the chat running their fingertips.
Yeah, they run their fingertips because Queen got a date tonight. Queen ain't studying to be sitting up here on the live all night.
Well, you know what? You go, Queen.
Oh yeah, I got a good date tonight, baby.
You go.
All right, Omi, run it down.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Omi.
How you guys doing?
We are
good.
Good. All right. What was the question?
Where do you? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just speaking up. Ain't my
Oh, you
channel.
can speak up.
No, go
Wh-
ahead, Nancy. You good?
Where
No,
do
no.
you think this crime took place? Where do you think the actual murder of Cash took place?
I've always said like it happened in a car. And like they just threw the kid out and the car just is gone. Like like
You'll have to guess who Mikey is without revealing that.
Mikey.
Mikey, you all know who Mikey is. Don't
Yeah.
we don't that's on you to figure out who Mikey is. Come on, Onu.
That's Miss America's.
Uh-uh.
We don't
No,
No?
speak names.
no. Let him figure
I,
it out.
I said Miss America. That's not a name.
Yeah. No, 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 no.
Okay.
Stop.
Where did he kill the child, honey?
In the car.
In the woods, in the car.
So
In
you
the
know
car, not no
In
woods.
the
so
car.
if Darryinn don't have a car, then whose car did he use?
Mm. There's obviously other people involved. Obviously.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, in regards to a comment I left, it's possible. I don't know how Texas laws are, whatever, but is it possible that the defense can use Carter as a witness?
If he's able to testify, if he's able to talk, we don't know his status of his capabilities to communicate.
Well, I mean, I don't think this trial's gonna happen anytime soon, but I'm just saying because I was like looking up that the case it can happen. I mean, the case of that mom that supposedly drowned the daughter in the pool, and the boy was the star witness, and he was only like 6 years old. The Adriana case.
Honey, hush. Give it a rest.
I'm sorry, what?
Give it a rest.
I think she's talking to the chat.
This
I
is
mean-
somebody's opinion of what they think happened. We didn't say it's what happened. I'm asking a guess where they think the child died. Y'all don't listen.
Everyone has an opinion. Anyways, so yeah, I'm just saying, like, God, these people are crazy.
I got it. Is that all? These people. She dropped off. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, excuse me.
you believe what you want to believe about the case. You believe what you want about where the child died. You believe what you want about how the child was transported. Our understanding that it was raining. So we have to do our math and wonder, are we talking about drizzling? We talking about pouring down rain? How did he get the child to the next place?
You best believe that will come out in the trial. They will have all the weather reports. They're going to have all of that info.
Right. Right.
All of it.
Right.
And to me, as far as Carter testifying, you best believe if somebody has talked to him, they have got videotape of that. And they probably will use that, depending on how long it takes for this trial to come up to fruition. And if he is older, then they will refer back to that first one and probably tie it in to a current if he's older, if he's able to testify then. Okay. Trust me, people, they are going to have their ducks in a row. This attorney is going to have his ducks in a row.
Yes. Yes.
Because if anybody has watched anything or read any kind of a book or watched any kind of true crime or anything, then you know there are lots of stones to uncover. There are lots of hidden gems left to uncover, things to discover, lots of evidence, lots of questions that can be answered. I'm not trying to throw shade or anything. Yes, it's shocking that the blood evidence was found, but there's still questions. Even though it was found, there are still questions.
Yes.
So, I mean, yes, it is shocking, but to me, there are still questions. Just because, that is that way, it's not, just a shut and open case. Unless there's just absolutely more damning evidence, and that will come out. Just like fingerprints on a pop bottle. It wasn't necessarily that. Wasn't that that wasn't the case. That wasn't an absolute sealed indictment. It was made to look that way. So, just saying. I still think there's just in my heart of hearts, there's just a lot more that's going to come out. Queen, did I lose you? I'm just talking by myself. Am I just singing by myself? I'm up here on the panel all alone. I am. Well, I guess I'm entertaining you folks. It's flow hour. I'm not in the high 10. So, I don't know what happened to Miss Queen. She dropped off. I don't know if anybody can hear me out in the YT where I'm at. It's nice and calm and serene. It's now 6:36 p.m. Central Time, where I'm at. There's Crystal Moore.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah. The issue was I was trying to take a call. I was texting somebody and somehow it threw me off out of the stream for some reason. So,
okay. Thank goodness Crystal popped up and said, LOL, you got this, Nancy. Because I was like, oh, it's nice and quiet.
I can hear everything you were saying. I just couldn't respond because when I went in to text somebody, it threw me out for some reason.
Okay, because I was like, oh, it's nice and quiet in the YT. It's 6:37.
The high 10, real quiet. Shut your mouth.
Yeah.
What you got to say, Night Owl?
Oh, y'all know I was coming through for this one. First of all, I'm gonna stand on what I said day one. If this was planned and it was more people involved, as far as the evidence, just because blood is found on the clothes don't mean you did the crime. It could have been he was helping carry the body.
That's what I'm saying.
And it necessarily don't mean I did the act. It could be I was there after the fact, or I witnessed the act, but I necessarily didn't do it. Because still with all that, I want him to open up his mouth and
Sing
tell
like
his lawyers exactly what's going on. Because capital murder in Texas, that's automatically like either life with no parole or death sentence. And he's a young man to face
more than likely it's death.
Yeah.
Well,
especially
you
in
know,
this.
That's a heavy charge to carry if you didn't do this by yourself. That's a heavy charge.
Well, that's why you open your mouth and tell the truth. Right.
I'm talking about it is not considered snitching because, baby, it's nothing like you going to sit there on death row for 23 hours in a box. In Texas.
Welcome, John Q, also to the panel. Thank you, John. Go ahead, Nadia.
You know, John. So I definitely think it's more to it. And what did I say day one? I want y'all to go get the mammy, the pappy, dope head, Special K, the grandmammies, all these people are complicit. And I don't know why don't nobody understand that. It's no way the mother drove trucks and didn't know where these kids were. She made all this money, didn't know where they were. It's some endangerment, some neglectful
Well,
charges
that's why I said it's
that
a
should
lie.
already
It's
be
a
here.
lie. Because if you have not heard in 3 weeks that there was a missing persons report filed by the mother, 9 times out of 10, she did not file a report. Don't you think that would have come out by now?
Well, that's what I said. So that leads me to believe you gave your kids away. You got tired of him. He got tired of you. Y'all was off and on. He found another broad. He get high with this broad. He got these 2 little kids. He tied them on Cheetos and Cheerios all day and ABC. He gonna leave them over at this broad house where it's dirt outside. He don't care. He out there with another broad. You know. So it's some endangerment, some neglected. All that need to be coming on down the pipe. Because I want to be on the jury. Because Darryinn has reasonable doubt. It's been too many lies. Every day we can come up with a new topic pertaining to this issue, to this case, and see it a different way than the day before.
Okay.
Reasonable doubt. So that's my 5-minute rant. Hey, John.
Okay.
Hello, Miss Night Owl. How are you, Angela?
Hello, John Q.
And who else is on the panel? I can't see their name.
Nancy's the only person up here.
Oh, okay. Okay. How you ladies doing? Where you doing?
Just fine. How are you, John?
I'm doing good. Hello to Miss Crystal Moore, Brother Air Force in the chat. I had a question just listening to the conversation.
Okay.
What do we know about Emily?
Emily, who you talking about?
Who's Emily?
Emily.
Yeah, Emily.
What? Emily.
I don't know who you talking about.
I'm stumped. Who's
John,
Emily?
what you talking
I'm
about?
talking about Cameron's sister.
I was gonna say, is that his sister?
Oh.
What do we know? What do we know about her?
I'm unaware. I don't really know anything
This not
about
one of
her.
the kids that was recently taken, is it?
What's that? Say again, Night Owl.
This not one of the kids that Sherrod recently lost, is it?
No.
This the older sister?
Yep.
Okay, John, bring us on, honey.
Okay, here's a song, Miss Angela.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Because you know these people get very impatient. They'll start talking crazy.
They get well, it wakes them up too. It makes them pay attention too, you know.
They don't do that. I ain't got a few that ride or die between that really pay attention to what is said in the chat and on the commentary. I'm just keeping it real.
You got it real. You got it real.
Thanks for joining us.
Yes, thank you for having me. I'm up here real quick because I'm in the middle of cooking some food and stuff like that. But the name Emily popped up in my head, and I knew I heard it from someplace. Then I was able to zero in on just a little bit of information that Emily is 16 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Emily lives at the Sherrod house. When you put Darryinn, an 18-year-old, and a 16-year-old together, what do you get?
A whole bunch of mess.
Yeah. So I wanted to find out what her age was. I thought she was like 11 or 10 or something like that until I found out that she was 16. And I said, wait a minute, 18 and 16-year-olds hang out together, don't they?
Yeah.
18 and 16-year-old hang out in a way that they can really hang out sometimes.
You got a whole bunch of hormones.
You got a whole bunch of hormones at 16 kicking into a female that in most cases may, and here's my little swing on the hypothesis, may have had a liking to Darryinn, giving him the motive to show up at the house, whether he was visiting
or not. And maybe that's why he was there and she was mad when she came home and saw him in there because maybe there's something going on with the child. I get it.
There we go.
But that's the whole point of why we said why you should have been forthcoming about Darryinn Brown, knowing him, helping him, and why you didn't want him in your house. You could have knocked all that out the ballpark day one.
And when he was living there with the Pinkertons, he would have gotten to know her real well.
Real well. That's my point.
Ooh, shut your mouth.
Thank you for letting me jump up here to just throw that in the chat so that this way we can.
Thank you, honey.
we can begin focusing. If we're going to focus on the family, let's try to scoop them all in. And Emily was on my mind today.
Well, see, that's the whole point of the story. This goes back to what somebody said in the chat the other day. You're going to have to ask what actually went on in Monica Sherrod's house before the child died.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's going to lead to why this child, if indeed, now that we know the evidence is linking him to the crime, what went on to lead this child to kill this baby boy? What are the dynamics that would lead an 18-year-old to kill a 4-year-old? Because everybody has their own hypothesis of what they think could have happened, but in the end, none of us were there. We don't know what happened, but you have to admit, Sherrod is not a good role model for child rearing. That's neither here nor there.
Mm-hmm.
That's neither here nor there.
You don't just walk in off the street and do this out of just thin blue.
Yeah, and that's the whole point. It was too much rage involved.
Yeah. So for me, when I looked at the age group, I said, I know a lot of 18 and 16-year-old young ones mixing it up, doing the party, doing the jam, doing the late night stuff and everything. And I said, what would give Darryinn motive to be in the house? I thought of Emily.
Well, he's with one of the children. That's what it was.
Yeah, when Monica Sherrod was incarcerated, he would have been over there for a long time. You see?
Well, it's not proof that that's true as a long time.
Yeah.
Oh, please.
Well, let's straighten up. Let's straighten up something in the chat real quick, because everything is speculation. You all, somebody in the chat talking about a girl was there with a kid. I don't know who has a child. I just know there's a picture of Cameron with a black girl and a mixed baby. So I can only assume that's his baby. It was said also that that girl was staying at the house with her kid. So I don't know which one you all are referring to that ran out of the house with a kid, because allegedly the black girl with the mixed baby by Cam was also staying there. So we have to also get a timeline of when she was last there. Now, does a teenage child have a child? Do you have proof? Hello?
Does Emily have children?
Was that question to me?
It's to whomever.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Miss Nancy.
Does Emily have children? Do you know?
See, and that's the point. That's the point I was making. What do we know about Emily?
Okay, so then that means you can't. So whoever that made that comment in the chat, you can't say she ran out with a kid because we don't have verification that Emily has a child.
Yeah.
See, y'all going on rumors.
See, we don't know.
That's what's wrong with the case. It's what's wrong with the case.
Yeah.
You're listening to the live book.
The thing is,
he was in that house with nothing.
Right. The thing is,
say that.
Right. We do know that DB was in that home for at least 9 months while he was in school. We do know that. That is a fact. We do know.
We do not know that that girl has a baby.
Good Lord, people down in the chat. Come on. We do know that he was in that home. That's been verified. We do know that the Sherrod children were in that home when she was incarcerated. So we do know that those people were around each other for at least the whole school year. Yeah. We do not know what popped off in that home.
Right.
That's the point. That's the point. That's why we got to figure out who all, I've said this, who all stayed in the house. What exactly has been going on in the house? What made Miss Sherrod make the comment about not wanting him in her house? What is the motive for the death of the child?
But for those who are adults, you have to think you were a young person once. So let's be real. You were young once. You knew what it was like to be young once. And if the Pinkertons were as careless as they seem to have been by letting these people in that home, come on now. Let's be real.
See you later.
Now, there was supposedly, according to the report, blood DNA found on Darrynn's clothes. It was the top part of the jacket, which we talked about, and we actually reviewed that on the night I did the walkthrough. We know that there was his trousers that could have possibly contracted DNA during that walkthrough, items on his shoes during the time of the walkthrough. But there were two pieces of information I was trying to tie together. One was that it was stated, I'm trying to verify where I actually got the report. Maybe you all have heard it. Stated that there was blood found either on a towel, a gray towel, or blood found on a tissue or paper towel. And I said, okay, the clothes I can understand because that's in the video, but this gray towel and tissue, I said, you'd normally find that in a bathroom. And then there
was an earlier report about a tissue paper and drops of blood on it.
Right. Okay. And so that I put that on the side and I said, okay, well, tissue paper with blood on it. Wait a minute. And I said, well, females get their cycle once a month. I need to find out how old the sister is. I once again thought she was in her 10, 11, too young to be, circulating like that until I did find out. And I said, well, wait a minute, 16 works, blood on a towel or paper towel. She may have had a cycle.
Yeah. Could be anything. Nosebleed, could be anything. But we got to ask ourselves, when they write these articles, I sometimes get confused who they're referring to in the story. Are they referring to Mr. Rod's house or Darrynn's house?
Or Darrynn's
house. I'm trying to understand if the tissue came from Sherrod or Darryinn. Well, since they're saying they got evidence from his house, then that can lead me to think the tissue was found at his house.
I think it was, Queen. I think the tissue and a little pocket knife. Actually, John was found at his house, at DB's house.
Mm-hmm.
And also, supposedly, some kind of something or other was found in a washer at his house.
That's what I heard. Towel in the washer. And that's what kind of threw me for a loop. And I kept it on the table and I said, towel in a washer. Who would
I'd like to know how much blood, because when you stab a person, come on now.
Yeah. So I was able to put those pieces on the table and start to connect the dots.
Okay, so let's just ask this question.
Okay.
Ain't nobody still said why he killed the kid and why he went back.
But exactly. But if he went home and showered, Queen, just like I brought you that.
No point. I'm getting ready to go kill you, you, go lollygag around for 2.5 hours, change my clothes, go back to these people's house in daylight savings time to do what?
And that's a primary question. What was motive?
And then just be so nonchalant about it.
All right. But if Darryinn didn't have a key to get into the house.
Who let him in?
Exactly. And that's why I thought of Emily.
Diamond Star, stop chatting. Hit the link, because I am not trying to understand and decipher a text message.
And my question is,
texting with grown folks on my own phone.
If he still had some evidence on himself, he went home and showered. When they went to his home to retrieve that stuff, you can bet your bottom dollar they went and looked in that shower.
Well, he probably wasn't going to turn the washing machine on to wash one towel.
But what I'm saying is they went and looked for evidence in that shower.
No, I'm repeating what somebody said in the chat, baby.
Oh, I'm sorry. They went and looked at, because, I don't know if you caught a story I told, but I found evidence at one time about a story in a shower, and we had to retrieve ourselves back out so they could come and retrieve that evidence in a shower. So what I'm saying is, I bet he went and took a shower. And you can bet your bottom dollar.
Why would he care about the other twin being hurt? You killed the first twin. That makes no sense.
No.
What does he care about what another twin felt?
And
man, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I can't do this.
So that's my thing. Is if they went and they searched that, they found that evidence there. You can bet your bottom dollar they tore that house up.
I'm ready to put a stop to all this.
Yeah. But I just wanted to jump up here real quick. Say hello to the ladies. Miss Angela.
Well, hello.
Hello, chat.
I don't hear no more gossip. Thank you all so much for joining me. The Queen got plans tonight. I got stuff to do. I don't have time for this.
Yeah, you're gonna have a fun time, Miss Queen. Relaxing.
I'm getting ready to go listen to some blues and zone out.
Get your drink on.
Y'all got this crazy nonsense and making up stuff. I don't have time for this.
Get your drink on.
You don't have a receipt. Don't bother me. I'm being serious.
I told you about them birdies today. You get
Whatever
your drink
you do,
on.
Miss Angela, definitely enjoy. You've been working
thank
hard.
you so much, John. Thank you all so much for joining me. Thank you so much, John, for joining the stream. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Nadia. I thank my moms. I want to thank you all for joining me. You're entitled to your opinion pertaining to the case. Thank you. You're entitled to believe whatever the evidence says. Don't say. You're entitled to believe Pookie, Ray, Shamiqua, who did what, who shot JR.
That's right, Sally Joe.
Yeah, you're entitled to your opinion. This is a commentary channel. That's it. I bring you a source. You're entitled to believe the source or not. That's just a spoken word.
Thank you, John. Thank you, everybody. Much love to you, Queen.
Love all of you. Thank you so very much. You want to donate to the channel? $ Big Angie 129 Cash App. All super chats are welcome during the live. I want to thank you all for this joining me. As you know now, Darryinn Brown is being charged with capital murder. There's evidence that has been released from the lab, putting Cash's blood on his hoodie, shoes, and sunglasses. And that is the said information that was in this commentary. If you need a source, it is revealed after I have read the commentary in the beginning of the said video. I want to thank you all so much for joining me.
Prayers for Carter and Cash.
Yes, prayers for Carter.
Justice for Cash.
Yes, and justice for Cash. Amen. Thank you all so much. You all have a wonderful weekend. I will be back when there's another update pertaining to this very baffling and disturbing case. And I will bring you more commentary when I get it.
Get your crunk on.
I'm going to.
Enjoy
Thank
the
you.
night.
There you go.
Thank you so much. Good night.
All right. Love you. Bye.
Good night. Good night, everybody.
Good night.